Hello, hello.
Yes, let's quickly try the shot first, and then we'll give you guys some context on what's going on.
Yep.
It's very dark.
Oh, there's not as much crema.
Okay, so maybe we'll
Interesting.
give you guys some context. So we're not dialing in, even though it looks like a dialing in video. So
Kinda, not really. But okay, so we actually changed our basket size. So previously with these beans, we actually dialed in with 18 grams of beans in our 20 gram basket. We actually felt that it was a bit tight when we put the portafilter into the machine. So we actually decided to change the dose a little bit. So we actually changed to our bigger basket, a 22 grams basket, and we used 20 grams of beans. So because our Rancilio has that protruding screw, so we are underdosing the basket a little bit, but it still works fine. It has been working fine. So we decided to increase the dose to 20 grams, and it locked in a lot easier and it feels better. So that's where we are at. And then now we are actually trying out different ratios.
So we're playing around with the ratio because some of you guys mentioned that you might prefer like a ristretto, or you might prefer like a lungo, and then we're like, what is that? So I mean, we had a little look into it, so we're trying it out today.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try like a 1:1 ratio, which Z has just done, and then later on we'll try like a 1:3. We're not gonna do the 1:2 because that's what we normally do. So yeah.
Okay, so thoughts.
I don't know why it tastes a bit of like a perfumey taste. I'm not sure if that's the perfumey taste or if it's something else. But
yeah, me too. But it actually doesn't taste too bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's little to no bitterness, like very mild. But I think that's the whole point of having the ristretto, is to extract the front goodness of the espresso and kind of leaving the bitterness behind. But I actually didn't think that it was too sour, because usually it will be sour the first
That's what I thought. I mean, the first sip it was just sour, but again, it might be because the tongue is not coated yet.
Maybe.
But then when I took the second sip, the sourness went away somehow. So it wasn't like sour. It wasn't like what I thought or what we thought that it would be so sour. It feels kind of like a heavy espresso also. A little
because
bit.
the aftertaste is still there even after a while. So the thing is, with these beans, they didn't actually state the flavor notes per se. All they said was big, fat, chocolatey.
It's just chocolate.
So for all we know, there might be some floral or some fruitiness in it. That's why we're getting the perfumey taste.
I don't know if those notes normally go together.
I don't know, but like, you know how some coffee, when it's black, it tastes a certain way, but after you add milk, then it kind of brings out the chocolatey or maybe like the nutty notes. So maybe, but surprisingly, I don't hate it. I actually quite like it.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad. I thought it would. I wouldn't like it. And the other thing, you were saying something about the density of
that's the other thing that we've learned from all the comments and after looking it up. This bag of beans is actually of a darker roast than the previous bag, which it was a medium roast, I think, for the previous bag. So with the same amount of coffee beans, they were both 18 grams, but I guess with the darker roast, it's supposed to be less dense, which then takes up more space in the basket. That's why it felt a bit tighter. It was a bit tighter to lock in the portafilter. That's why we changed the dose. I mean, changed the basket. Changed the dose in the basket.
That's right. I think we also realized that our pub screen started to have a little bit more of the screw indentation. So that's why we also decided to change the basket, just to see if it might help, because we don't really want to reduce the dose of our espresso. Which
I think it did. Did you feel like it's
easier
to put it
definitely. It's like 90 degrees now. It used to be like
80, 70.
Okay, so 1:1, the ristretto. Then the next one we will try is the lungo, which
1:3. So we are doing 20 grams
so
in,
it's 60 grams
out.
Okay, that is a lot. Lango.
So this is 20 grams in and 60 grams
out. Oh my goodness.
Wow. It's a thick crema.
It's so full. Hold on. I don't even know how to drink it. But let me just try. I burnt my tongue. It was so hot. I don't know why.
I think because there's more liquid in there.
Maybe. You know what? I'm going in for a third sip.
Sure.
Because I feel like I had majority crema just now. Interesting. Very interesting. It's very watery, very diluted, very light.
Yeah. It's not as light as I thought. I mean, it feels a bit thinner. Maybe because it's more watery. But I was gonna say like there was not much sourness, but there was still a little bit. Maybe it's just like the taste of the espresso.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's very bitter as well.
It's not so bitter that you can't drink it. I feel like this is still quite drinkable as an espresso on its own.
Yeah, it's weird because I don't think I've ever thought of drinking just espresso on its own. But I feel like I can drink this. Maybe with ice, so like a
long black. Yeah.
Maybe with a little bit of syrup, but but yeah, I can see myself possibly drinking this on its own. But I don't know how it would actually taste like with milk because it's already quite the espresso flavor is very.
It's not as strong.
Yeah, so I don't know if the milk would water it down.
Yeah, but technically there's more
liquid
espresso in a sense. There's 60 grams. So I mean there's 60 grams of espresso, and then you're gonna only put in lesser milk in the same cup. So maybe.
I'm getting a little bit of, I don't know if it's the perfumey taste or it's
I still get that perfumey taste from the other shot, but it's not as strong.
It's more tolerable.
Yeah, it's just a very slight hint. The other one was pretty strong, like in your face kind of taste.
I mean, I guess we can just try each one with milk and then we'll just see which one we prefer.
Yeah,
I guess.
Why not? You can do like a 20 grams you with milk.
Yeah.
Then we'll try like a 60 grams. With,
So, all right.
Sounds fun.
Cool. Let's try. My latte art was a failure.
It's all
It
right.
smells okay. But I think the starting, it was a very violent
Yeah, it was so foamy actually.
Alright, so this is the, what is it called? A ristretto with, that's a ristretto. Okay.
Like a cappuccino. The amount of foam is like
Hey.
that.
Hey.
So thick.
Too much foam.
It's actually not too bad.
I like it.
Interesting. I thought that the flavor of the espresso wouldn't be so strong because it's only like 20 mils or 20 grams. But it's actually pretty
strong. I'm very
Maybe.
surprised too. It actually tastes almost the same as our 1:2 ratio with like 18 grams. So the previous dose before. But I feel like the flavors are a bit different.
Yeah. I mean the perfumey taste is gone. Like, totally gone.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I feel like so usually the coffee that we make, towards the end you will taste the bitterness. But for this one I cannot taste any bitterness. I taste like chocolate. I can taste the chocolate, but it's a very milk chocolate kind of feel, whereby it's not bitter, which I quite like. Yeah, I can taste the sweetness for some reason.
I don't know if it's because of like the foam to milk ratio as well, but it's actually pretty good. I mean, if you put a bit of chocolate powder, I think it would be nice.
But I wonder how it would taste as like a latte.
Probably not too far off, I would think.
Yeah, I guess. But I like it though. Wait, let me have another sip.
Now I'm curious how the other one would taste like.
Yeah. I like this. It's growing on me.
Yeah.
I think it's something that probably beginner coffee drinkers wouldn't mind because they don't like the bitter taste of espresso sometimes. It can be very strong.
Depends. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's easy to drink
and also I think because we figured out the steam wand issue, it's no longer as diluted. It's also mixing really well with that ristretto shot. So
yeah, although my milk could have been better, but I think it's not too bad.
Yeah, I think it's okay because I mean, if it's meant to be a cappuccino, that would be it.
If I was planning on a cappuccino, but yeah. Okay, so we'll try the lungo, and hopefully I will make a cappuccino of the lungo.
Let's see.
Lungo. The lungo.
looks a bit like a latte more than a cappuccino.
Yeah, it's quite watery. But a latte art is not very good. It's okay.
It's okay. There's a bit of that wavy lines.
I guess. My first impression, it's very dark on the top because I didn't have enough.
I'm not sure if it's the crema. Maybe it's the crema that's
I don't know.
dark.
That's okay. Ooh, it's a heart. One more sip.
Yeah, it looks like a latte.
It is a latte. I don't think I've ever made a flat white.
Before we talk about the taste, when I drank it, the foam is actually not as much as I thought. It feels a bit like a latte.
Flat white?
Yeah, I don't know. Or maybe because you drank the foam.
Maybe I drank the foam.
Could be a latte. I don't know. But anyways, what do you think?
It's very bitter.
Yeah.
I don't really like it. I mean, it's not like an unpleasant kind of bitterness, but I think I don't really like this type of bitterness because it kind of stands out on its own. It's not like a well-balanced, like half acidity, half bitterness, I guess. So it's like bitterness.
That's what I first tasted. There is that perfumey taste again.
So
somehow.
maybe it comes out
sure.
with the bitterness.
Maybe. But actually, now that I think of it, I don't know, that just came to my mind. I think people were saying that it might be better for lighter roast to go to a higher ratio.
Okay, hold on. Lighter roast, so
like a light or medium roast, you pull it for longer. So like 1:3. So since this is like a dark roast, maybe that's why it doesn't taste good.
Maybe, because it's already more bitter on its own. So if you pull an even longer shot, it will bring out even more of the bitterness.
Could be, I don't know.
Maybe, okay.
But
to be honest, I feel like at least the milk kind of neutralized a little bit of the bitterness. Like I mentioned, it's not like a bad medicinal over like a charred kind of bitterness. So I mean, if I had this in like a cafe, I wouldn't complain about it. But I would still prefer the ristretto over this.
Yeah, now that I drink another sip.
It's bad, no? Okay.
I don't like it.
Okay, hold on.
The one with the ristretto shot tastes,
Much
at least
better.
for this bean, it tastes a lot better.
Yeah, the bitterness is like bitterness.
It doesn't taste nice. It's not like coffee.
Maybe. But I can see how people who like ice Americano or long black would like this because this gives the very roasted. I don't know.
It's not. I do like the roasted bitterness kind of flavor in coffee, but this is like
a bit too much.
It's like a not a nice kind of bitterness. I feel.
So I guess we think it's a bit
I don't know.
different.
Or maybe I just like a very roasted kind of flavor, and that is different to
a charred,
the bitterness. See, we don't even know.
Roasted.
I guess that's the whole point of experimenting with different ratios. But at least now we know. I'm gonna say it's because of the type of roast. Like because this is a dark roast, this ratio doesn't suit well.
Probably.
With the type of roast. I mean, if next time if we were to get like a light or medium roast, we can try doing this again and see if the 1:3 works better. Yeah,
maybe.
But for this, I think the 1:2 works fine, and the 1:1 is also good.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely not more than 1:2, I think. Yeah.
Maybe 1:2.5, but I don't know. Maybe not for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Well, I thought it was gonna be like a hard decision, but seems like
it's quite clear cut.
Yeah.
That we prefer the ristretto. But I don't know if I would drink the ristretto on a daily basis. I mean, it's still nice though. Yeah. But
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
But, okay.
All right.
That's all.
That's all.
That's our experiment for today.
Yes.
Still a lot more things to experiment.
Yeah. But I guess this is probably one of the more straightforward ones. So if you guys realized during the extraction shots that we did, we actually didn't start the timer that we usually did when we do dialing in. It's because, well, we've dialed in the beans. So we're really just adjusting the flavor based on the ratios and not really taking the extraction time into consideration in that sense. Yeah.
So just to recap, we dialed in the beans at 20 grams of coffee beans with 40 grams of you at about 27 seconds, thereabouts.
Yes.
We didn't change the grind size, we didn't change anything else, just the ratio. That's why we didn't really bother timing the extraction.
Yeah, because after all, we're going for the yield, not the timing, and to see if we want to change the grind size or not. Yeah.
I think that's how it works. We think that's how it works, but
oh, I think so, because if you change too many things at once, then you don't really know what actually works. So we're trying to just cut down on variables and just stick to changing one thing at a time and just see which you prefer, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Wait. It's Christmas. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
So Merry Christmas. We hope everyone have a really good Christmas wherever you are. We have viewers from all over the world, so maybe it's not Christmas yet when you see this video. I guess Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas and have lots of chocolates.
Oh, and have lots of coffee.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess that's it. Just something different. Bye.
See ya.
See.
See ya.